Here we go. Duane McKeever, Willie Leedy and Kevin Pesur as they will go for some extra championship. We got to look at Pesur trying to get some points to get into top 5 as well.
Top 5 as well. If he can move a little bit higher up, you know, we've got these prize money at stake this year for 2024.
For sure.
Pesur will want some more of that prize money.
Absolutely. So here we go. Duane McKeever will be in the lead position. Kevin Pesur in the chase position. Duane McKeever as the higher qualifier, the top qualifier, and it remains that way. So it will be very interesting to see what exactly happens as they come on. Kevin Pesur has been known secretly to smash the doors off everybody in every chase run, so be prepared for that. Here we go. Duane McKeever fires in. Pesur with late initiation. Pesur a big angle. Oh, he spun it.
Yeah.
Too aggressive.
Came in way too hot.
Too aggressive from Kevin Pesur.
Before Duane McKeever.
Yeah.
There was no way he was going to hold on to that.
No, Duane McKeever just doing what he did in the last run, just staying smooth. I mean, oh, we get the flames in the sky now. Here we go. We're warming up to the main event now.
They're giving you a little taster of what's coming tomorrow.
Flames. Bit of pyro. Watch this last corner. Things will happen probably tomorrow there as well. Not right now. But there'll be things. Oh, look at little sparkles. Yeah.
Sparkles.
Just warming up, boys. Just getting some testing in. Tomorrow, they turn it all up to 11.
Yeah.
Everything's just exploding everywhere, and most of the cars, It's just a lot going on. A lot going on. Well, there's some Irish fans. They'll be happy. Duane McKeever top in qualifying, still in the conversation, and they'll be happy.
Watch Pesur. Look,
he goes too late.
I think he goes a little too early.
He goes too early, but I mean, he goes too late. He doesn't. He transitions. It makes it all happen in one moment.
One hit,
yeah. So he doesn't. He goes right. Look, he doesn't initiate with Duane. He kind of goes boom, and then he realizes, oh, there's no grip. Yeah. Well, you know what the thing about Kevin Pesur is, he's still top 4 in qualifying.
He's still top 4,
regardless of what happens here. Look at that. That guy's furious.
They were like, no.
He's like, come on, Kevin. What do you do? This guy is furious. He must have had some amount of money on Kevin Pesur to beat Duane McKeever because he's very emotionally attached to that battle. We're going to go to the other half of the battle, and now let's see what happens. Maybe Duane McKeever will spin. You just don't know.
Who knows?
You just don't know.
They won't need tyres anyway, so they go straight back to the line. But here we go. They're coming off the line. It will be Pesur to lead out McKeever. For a spot in the final of the qualifying showdown right here, and look at this. Kevin Pesur now flicks that car wildly across the circuit, left to right, fires in, no spin this time, and McKeever goes for the door. He gives him some room to manoeuvre as now Pesur sets himself up on that nice qualifying line. McKeever sees that opportunity and goes for it. They transition through that inner zone. McKeever goes for the flick back and jumps up onto the door of Kevin Pesur's BMW, and now he's glued to him. They're absolutely glued to him as Pesur gets into that pocket, into the outside zone. McKeever banging doors and rubbing wheels as they come through the centre of the circuit. McKeever waits for the transition, lets him get himself set up in that second to last outside zone. Now McKeever goes for the rear wheel, the rear core of that BMW F22 and across the line.
I'll tell you what, McKeever's looking strong. He's looking comfortable. I'm going to let you in a little secret here. There's a little track in the north of Ireland.
Yeah.
It's about the size of this place, called Tully Road. And in Ireland, you know, it rains quite a bit.
Yeah, sometimes.
And that's his local track.
Oh, okay.
And this is pretty much the exact same layout of this track.
Oh, so what you're saying is Duane McKeever could win the whole thing tomorrow?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he has probably the most experience of driving in a figure of 8 in the wet of anybody here.
Right.
And that's why he looks so comfortable. Now, usually he's driving a car worth about as much as the handbrake he's pulling there. But he has got experience, and that gives him some threat here. And Kevin Pesur, while he's an excellent chase driver, I think he just made the mistake on the first run. That's going to be all she wrote for this one.
Yeah.
And going through to the final of the showdown is Duane McKeever. No surprises there after the spin from Kevin Pesur. And we are first. Never heard of it. So here we go. It's going to be Arne Kvia in the lead position, James Deane in the chase position, and this one is just for championship point, extra championship points. Kvia would like to see himself get up into that top 10 and be secure in there. James Deane needs it for a chase on Laurie Heinen. So there is quite a bit, even though it's a kind of a fun battle. To give you a teaser of what's coming tomorrow, this is a little bit more important than usual because there is championship points on the line. James Deane, a clash of events meant he missed one round of the championship in Spain, and he's still in the championship fight. That's how good he's been this year. Let's see how good he is behind Kvia.
Well, look at this. Kvia goes for it, flicks that car right across the circuit. He's going to go for a nice wide initiation, gets that car dialed in on the outside zone. That opens the door for James Deane. Look at this, Deane into the pocket, onto the door straight away as Kvia now flicks through that inner zone. No hitting the wall this time as Kvia's absolutely dialed in. He's in the zone, and that's just going to open the door even more for James Deane as he tags the front wheel. This is unbelievable stuff. If this we're going to see tomorrow, every battle will be like a final and they come through the centre of the circuit. James Deane gives Kvia the room to manoeuvre, then jumps straight back onto the other door as they come into the second to last outside zone. Kvia onto the wall, Deane onto the door. They go door to door and wheel to wheel across the line.
Do you know what I just thought there? You watch all this qualifying, and you know we by necessity had to wet the track this weekend, right? That's not what we wanted, but it's what's happening to make it fair on the drivers, to make battles happen that aren't water on rubber, which means they're all undrivable. We saw it happen in Finland. We're getting a glimpse of it now.
Yeah,
it's the right call. Everybody's going to be like this tomorrow, door to door. And again, it looks boring in qualifying because you've one car going around.
Car, yeah.
But when you have the two cars on it, look how good this looks. Deane toying like a cat with a mouse with Kvia. Every transition, I like that style from James. He backs off and then just goes, do something. He does it on the transition, and then he goes up on the door when he knows the driver in front of him is settled. It's such a clever way to drive because he doesn't overcommit himself at any point. And Deane, look at that, so cool, calm, collected. And now Kvia, who has a very different style, who kind of just goes Norwegian sledgehammer straight to the door. I think he's going to enjoy this one. Kvia has not had James Deane in a battle for a very long time. I think he's going to want to prove a point here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, look at this, James Deane again. I think the lead car is going to go for these big flicks. Kvia waits for the initiation, then gets into it, and then tags the front wheel. Both of these guys exchanging blows in this qualifying showdown battle. James Deane avoids the wall. Kvia lets him make his move, then gets himself set up. Now makes the dive onto the door, and it's almost tit for tat at the moment. There is no separating these two guys, and Kvia glued to the side of James Deane's Nissan 200SX as they fire through. A little dip on the front brake for Kvia as he now works his way into the groove. Deane tags the wall, Kvia tags the wall. A little separation as Kvia goes on the inside trying to find the side of James Deane.
It's good to watch, really good to watch. I think Kvia just went that little hot in the first corner, had to back off a little bit, a couple of mistakes here and there. The audience suitably impressed by Kvia and Deane, and why wouldn't you be? Two of the best in the business. Throwing it down in the showdown. Throw down in the showdown.
Throw down in the showdown. We've missed. How have we not said that? Oh,
6 rounds in before I got that one in there, or that rhyme. Look at that, just bap, and that's where he lost the ground. Look, he had to kind of catch up from that point on. This was a really nice transition here from Kvia. Watch, oof, straight down the. We're going to see a lot of this tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot of big dives.
A lot of big dives, a lot of moments,
moves.
and then the lead car is kind of like trying not to hit the wall. The chase car is trying not to hit the lead car, and there's a whole lot of pitball.
One little thing I see though, and I don't know how the judges see it, because watch this from James Deane. Kvia is a little wobble as he comes in to find that proximity, but James Deane from the other angle, look, leads them into the wall.
But
yeah,
at that point, I think the run was pretty much in the bag. I think Kvia, when he hit his front wheel on the first corner, lost the ground. I think that was the biggest mistake of the run.
I don't know. I wouldn't say lost the ground.
No, but that was enough.
I like it with a device.
We have a good argument every time.
We have a good argument.
Well, we've got another day to do it.
I will save it for tomorrow then. Yeah. So who knows, Dave? I have no idea.
Nobody
really
knows.
Good
the judges know. Let's see which way this one goes. And it's going to go to James Deane. Big in the championship. He's going in now to get. He could get another 4 points from qualifying.
The final of our qualifying showdown is set. Duane McKeever to take on James Deane in the showdown final, as me and Dave said.
So there you go. So Duane McKeever in the lead position, James Deane in the chase position. And James Deane, you can see all the underglow. It looks cool. And the lights starting to flash in the stadium now. We're getting a little bit of a taster of. It's like they warm it all up, just test it out. Yeah.
Of what's to come.
So let's see what happens. Duane McKeever will be in the lead position. James Deane will be in the chase position. And I have a feeling now that Duane McKeever's entry is not as maybe wild as James Deane's. James Deane's final walls on the run in that aren't even part of the track. But here we go. Duane McKeever takes off, clutches in, and here we go. Deane waiting for the initiation, waiting for that moment, and now is the time to strike as James Deane fires up onto the door.
A big wobble from McKeever there after initiation in that first.
A little wider than he wanted to there as Deane now starts to claim back his crown here as they come around this last corner. Look at that, McKeever going out to the wall very fast from both of these guys, and I'm not sure if I even saw a little bit of smoke starting to come up there as they come through there. Duane McKeever firing through it. Duane McKeever right out to the wall. Look at this, James Deane up onto the door as they go into that last corner. Very impressive, but Deane falls back quite a bit. McKeever very fast through that section, but not a huge amount of angle for McKeever either. So, I'm wondering, is the track drying a little bit in that section? But I think both drivers happy to just survive the showdown and get through. And, of course, good timing from Deane here on the initiation. And watch McKeever's rear end of his car. Does he hit? He has a bit of a bump at the wall there. Look how cool that is with the CO2 coming up.
Yeah, I mean, there's more to that tomorrow, but
they're
not going to give it away yet.
Yeah, we don't want to give away all the secrets before you guys see it tomorrow. But it's going to be wild.
It's going to be wild, very wild.
And I think, to be honest, this is a really good chase run from James Deane. He's right where he needs to be. Let's look at the transition. Yeah, very nice transition from James Deane. What happened here? It looked like McKeever just...
I think James, look.
Yeah, James didn't went on too much angle, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks to me like James kind of went on a bit too much angle in the chase. And, yeah, not so sure. So let's see what the decision is for the winner of the showdown. Oh, sorry, the chase run. My mistake. I got ahead of myself. I was getting ahead of myself. There we go. James Deane in that lead position. It goes way out there. McKeever struggling to get back in there very quick. But it was an interesting initiation from James Deane as McKeever goes right up onto the door. Look at this. Deane flirting with the inside door. Oh, scrapes the inside bumper, and McKeever. It looks so good this track, but McKeever uses the wall and Deane as a stabilizer as he goes through the outer zone. And it's getting slippy out there as James Deane goes to the edge of the track now. McKeever's got to make the dive. Can he get the issue forced? He looks like he's got the pace in the car as McKeever goes closer than Deane did on the previous run. But McKeever makes more mistakes but has more proximity. And McKeever just loses his mind, blows up all the grass, goes wild.
I need to see a replay. I think that McKeever's chase was cleaner, but then I think that Deane's lead was cleaner.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. Well, let's see what happens. We have Duane McKeever gets the fans pumped up. Two very tall Irishmen get out of the cars. Those two cars were definitely not designed for the size of men that are coming out of them, that's for sure. James Deane gives a wave to all the fans. Remember, we are packed out here tomorrow. Only half the stadium full here for qualifying. And look, there'll be all smiles all around. You know, they've got right to the end of the show. Can't expect any more. And the thing is, they got some valuable battle practice as well.
Yeah, and I think that's what Kvia took away from that battle as well with James. I think it was all about getting that battle practice in, just trying to work out, because you know you're battling the best of the best, so it's a nice run to get through. I don't really know what way this is going to swing, to be brutally honest with you, Dave. There was mistakes from both guys. This pinball moment from McKeever was a bad one. He hit the wall and then he hit Deane on the rear wheel.
But it almost was like the perfect storm, because it didn't affect him too much.
Anything. Yeah.
He just hit everything around him and just stayed where he was. And I'll tell you what, from this perspective, it looks to me on the last corner that McKeever has a better chase in the end of the last corner.
I think it's all going to come down to that last corner.
Yeah, I think Deane maybe has a bit more of a solid lead. So I don't know, whatever way the judges are going to call this. I think it's a taster of how close the judging is going to be tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Judges will be busy. They're happy with it.
Yeah, they are.
Well, they'd be happy.
They said it was a very good battle.
They said it was a very good battle. And you know what? Who'd argue that?
No.
Here we go. Who's going to win the showdown at the final round in Poland? Duane McKeever. Duane McKeever wins the showdown. Top qualifier and max points.
Well, is that the story for tomorrow?
Oh, well, he's going in there now with as much smiles as he can muster, because he's won his top qualifying. He's won the showdown. Did exactly what Peter Wiańczek did in Hungary.